Yo, what's up, guys? Your boy South Central. We back in the building, man. Today we're going to review a crazy podcast based in California called the Whatever Podcast. So on the Whatever Podcast, he invited a woman who stabbed a man on a date and got probation off. All right. My very first time ever been in trouble, I went to prison. All right. No track record, no nothing. This woman stabbed a man on a first date and got probation. When we watch this video together, I want you to listen to what she's saying, okay? Does she feel remorseful? Try to understand the motive. In today's time, they always say women must be protected. And my argument is that women are protected too freaking much. And if this doesn't bother you, I don't know what will, but man, let's get into it.
It's a little bit sooner. You have quite a story to tell us. So why don't you tell us?
Yeah, for sure. Even before the show, there was I know y'all were talking, and I was like, I'm going to not say anything and see what y'all's reactions are to kind of like vibe it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I did have an blind date situation March of last year. So I was...
Can you put the mic on the
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so I had a blind date situation March of last year. I was dealing with a lot of mental health issues, I was off my medication.
When watching this, I want you to pay attention to the women in the room, okay? Do they hold her accountable? All right, because if a man done the same thing, right, no matter if he got away with it, no matter if he got probation or he got X amount of time, no matter what, right? He went on a podcast after committing this type of crime towards a woman. Would he be able to speak to these same women on that cast? Okay, would it be a calm environment? Would he be able to explain himself? Would these women constantly shame him for what he did in his past, or would they let it go scot-free? I don't know. I want you guys to pay attention to that, because in today's climate, if any man did anything that opposes women, even holding them accountable, right, this is very far-fetched as far as stabbing a woman. I'm just bringing that up because of the situation at hand.
Kinds of drugs, alcohol's not feeling good at all. And for me, I always liked quote unquote going out and dating and just kind of seeing how the vibes are. But I was so lonely and just wanted to see how it goes. And I moved to Vegas to pursue my music career. That's what drove me to go to Vegas. And I had a friend that was living there. I had a job, so everything was great. But so I go on this blind date, and I had a manic episode. So it ended up being unfortunate circumstance. I was charged with attempted murder.
Okay, so you hear it. It was a manic episode, all right? That's the excuse of the day, the manic episode. It wasn't my fault. It was something I couldn't control, something out of my control. With the women around her, would they have that same patience for a man who committed the same crime towards a woman? I don't believe so. But they want you to believe that women need to be protected. In today's climate, again, women lie on men so much to where women are not credible anymore. You have to give me more than just a sob story. You have to show me facts. Show me the facts and show me the truth. That way I'll believe you. But before any of that is shown, they already attacked the men. We can bring up so many examples, but now is not the time. I want you guys to see it in 4K.
And yeah, so my case is closed now, but I've done everything in my power to improve on it. I seek mental health treatment. I see my doctors regularly. I work, I do a lot of different community work, service, and...
Now, when you hear this, do you think that if a man committed the same crime, do you think he'll really get the chance to rehabilitate himself? Speak oh man, now I got so much help, I'm trying to get better now. Where's that same patience for men? If a man committed the same crime, now look, I'm not with stabbing anybody, all right? I hold men accountable just as much as I hold women accountable. But if you want the world to view women as victims all the time, they're not doing a very good job at it. It's hard for me to believe that women are victims when they do things like this and there's no punishment for it. There's no actual punishment for it. There's no social shame coming from their peers. It just wiped off the face of the earth and pushed under the rug. But that doesn't happen when it comes to men. And they wonder why women are so delusional and are so allergic to accountability. The justice system pampers women. We could bring up plenty of situations where women are destroying men financially, destroying men mentally, taking their children away, taking everything from them, taking half of everything, wanting more, right? When it comes to Tyrese, this is real. It's happening in every day, okay? And I'm happy that the Whatever podcast brings some up to show people that there's something wrong here, all right? Something needs to be righted here. And we can't believe what every woman says. Not every woman's a victim. And if the feminist movement is so fair and they want equality, why don't they start with the justice system? Why don't they hold their women accountable just as much as they hold men accountable? This world is dominated in the patriarchy and all this other foolishness. To me, I believe that it's a matriarchy and men are bending the knee to women. They're doing what they can to appease women on every aspect. When it comes to being an officer, when it comes to being any profession, they dumb it down for women. I understand that women are very different from men when it comes to biology, but is that any excuse for them to cause harm upon men, although that men are stronger than women?
Earlier I said I was an author, which is kind of why I wanted to share that as well. I recently published an autobiography. It is called Who is Nika Nikubin, a Bloody Las Vegas Hotel Story. So that's where I talk mostly about the journey moving from Iran to the United States, as well as what really happened in Vegas, because, you know, I'm not sure if you Googled my name, but there's some perceptions in the media that I don't think they've done it justice or provided.
So she said she created a book about the situation that happened, that occurred in Vegas, which is the attempted murder on the man, to basically clear up her image because she didn't like how the media was painting the picture. How else could you paint the picture? Now, I'm not a big fan of the news, fake news. I'm not a big fan of it. But in this situation, she did what she did. There's no need to try to paint a picture. You're wrong for what you did. But what I truly believe in today's time, women will do anything, right? They will do immoral things, disgusting things, and they still want to be called and treated like a lady. Absurd. But it gives you the perception of how women think. And to me, it's disgusting because men don't get that same leverage, and nor do we want it. I'm okay with holding men accountable, but you can't step up and try to be respected as an individual, but you don't want any accountability for your own actions.
Like context for everything that was accurate. So I wanted to share my own true narrative and kind of like talk about mental health, because I think everybody on some level has had like some kind of, you know, problems in the past, or like for me.
You see that? You see that excuse? Everybody has a problem with mental health, you know. My question is this: why haven't anybody interrupted yet? Why haven't anyone interrupted yet? Because I know that even though she's breaking down the story, some of these people have heard about this story already. Some of these women have heard about this story already. Why aren't they interrupting her like they always do on everybody else's podcast when it comes to a man's podcast? If a man invited a guy who basically stabbed a woman for no apparent reason and got probation off, do you think that they will allow them to even get some words out? Like there's no pushback. There's nothing. Let's hear her out. Give her an ear. It's weird to me. And it's funny to me how they're quick to hold men accountable for their actions, because women take a big part of holding men accountable too for their actions. But when it comes to men holding women accountable for their actions, they shame you for it, as if you're wrong for doing that.
For me, I've had like a bipolar and schizophrenia, so a lot of people have different perceptions of it, and being off your medication with those conditions is kind of like, you know, not very good. So that's kind of where I talk about more in my book. About the hallucinations and the delusions I had, but I'm super thankful that, you know, I actually had my book signing at Barnes & Noble this Saturday, so it was a super good turnaround. And yeah, if y'all have any questions, would love to see what y'all want to chat about.
We have some of the news articles ready to go, so and I have some questions for you. Go ahead, Nick. So this was in the New York Post. College student who stabbed her blind date in revenge for U.S. killing of Iranian commander gets probation. So you got, was it 30? And what were the initial charges?
I was initially charged with attempted murder, 2 counts of battery, and burglary of a business.
Burglary of a, okay, I didn't know that. What did you plead down to?
2 counts of false imprisonment.
2 counts of, okay. So the initial charge was, the big one was attempted murder.
Yeah.
And that carries, my understanding, in Las Vegas, it carries, or excuse me, in Nevada, 2 to 20 years of potential prison sentence.
Correct.
They can also reward, my understanding, I didn't know this, they can also reward probation for attempted murder in Nevada. But that's the range.
Now, for this situation, right, when you read the article, it said something about her stabbing a guy in revenge of the killing of a guy, of a commander in Iran. I would say, why don't you just go back to Iran? And I have to make this political because we're getting the worst of the people. All right, she's schizophrenic. She's crazy, out of her mind, all right? I don't know if she's a blatant American, but if she is, how could she be loyal to Iran, all right? If you're here in America, if your family escaped to America, or whatever you did to get to America, if you are an American citizen, right? And I'm sure she is, because if she committed this crime and didn't get sent back to where she came from after completing her sentence, then she must be an American. But my thing is this: if you're so loyal to Iran, go to Iran. Why are you here in this country? Why? You're a potential spy. You're a potential problem. If you're committing crime like this on the behalf of another country that we're not seeing eye to eye with, why are you even here? Why are you here? Go back home. Go back home. We don't want you. We don't need you. And we need to stop bowing down as Americans just because we want to be nice. Fuck being nice, because being nice is not a good reason to jeopardize our safety. I don't care how you feel. If you feel so fucked up about that and you feel bad about that, go back to where you loyal to. Don't come here with that shit. And as an American, I don't care about how you feel. My country is more important than your feelings. If you're doing stuff like that, I can't trust you.
The potential punishment, anywhere from 2 years on the low end to 20 years incarceration. Pull up the news article really quick. Okay. So here, why don't we go to the next tab? Is this... Oh, wait, zoom out. So you were arrested. You got arrested.
Right, yes.
Nick, can you go back? Can you zoom out a bit?
Not my favorite picture.
Okay, this is your mug shot. Good times.
Yeah.
Good.
Was this on the night?
It's funny to me how they can get a good laugh out of this. This is a funny situation to them. To me, this is terrorism at its best, right? You did it on behalf of another country. Terrorism to me. You hurt an American citizen just because of how you felt about another situation. It's not funny. Everybody's laughing because this is cute to them. It's not cute to me. It's very annoying and it's very frustrating because I think that women are overly protected, too protected, to where they're doing just anything and getting away with it, right? Nobody's holding them accountable. So when you hold them accountable, they look at you like you crazy. Like, you hold me accountable? Why? I get away with everything. Who are you? And that's sad. That's sad. Women are not women anymore. They're not ladylike anymore. They're doing what they want to do, and you're just in the way.
What do you mean by that? Like why are you?
Just in general, like, I mean, the U.S. killed Soleimani. That's a blood spill. So I feel like it's fair for American. But I don't know.
I'm going to just say this. She could do this on U.S. soil. Some people on January 6th didn't even enter the Capitol, and some of them are still in jail. A person can seek revenge on a U.S. citizen, but you chose to come to this country. I'm assuming, because I don't know the situation, but it seems like she's loyal to her country that she's come from and her family's from. Everything else is known as terrorism. Why isn't this terrorism? Why isn't this person out of this country? This is a potential problem here. I don't give a fuck if she's a woman or not. If this was a man, it will be more of an issue. But we bringing people like this into our country, and we're allowing them to stay here and rehabilitate after causing harm to other citizens on behalf of an opposing country. This is unacceptable, and this is a shame for America. We need to get it together, and we need to hold people accountable, and people that don't like this country need to leave. It's funny how you dying to get here, but you're not dying to leave.
I feel like somebody in American soul should die.
Hide us. Hide the camera. You were charged with attempted murder and 2 counts of battery, and you were on house arrest. Okay, go ahead. Bring us back. So that must have been quite the ordeal for you.
Right, for sure.
My question to you guys is this: Do you think an American on Iran soil can do that to an Iranian citizen and get away with it and get this same type of treatment, not be labeled a terrorist or anything? Would it just be normal, or would it be some type of hand chopping, or you getting your head chopped off, something happening to you? There would be some dismemberment of your body, okay, getting shipped back to the United States. I'm not saying it got to be that heinous, but at least ship this person back to where they came from, because obviously they don't want to be here. Obviously they have problems with Americans, and you're in their country.
So give us the backstory. Like, so, okay, you matched with a guy on a dating app, correct?
Yeah, correct.
You're on...
We've never met before.
You never met before, just totally random guy. Were you just in Vegas for a couple days, just to
No,
party?
I actually moved there. I wanted
you were living there, okay.
Yeah, because I wanted to pursue my music career. I was already working there.
Okay.
I already had contacts with DJs, voice lesson people, and that was my optimal goal. I didn't move there intentionally to cause harm, but I had a lot of mental health issues, and I was off my medication and given a lot of contact.
That's no excuse to do what you did. I don't care, because as a man, we don't have excuses. Say I have mental health issues. That's why I did what I did. That's why I killed 10 people. That's why I stabbed 3 people in the neck. I just needed my medication. Sorry. That's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And it's funny that none of these women are saying anything. Nobody's stopping nothing. This is a casual conversation. No, you deserve to be shamed. Shame on you, bro. Shame on you.
I provide more in my autobiography. I was able to kind of provide more context for the situation, but if you have any more questions, I'd love to answer.
Well, so you're, at least what you told the officer when he was interviewing you, you told him that you wanted to get revenge because the U.S. had, they assassinated, what was his name?
I don't want to repeat his name, but I do.
Okay.
I do understand what you're saying.
Well, you wanted to get revenge because the U.S. had it was like an Iranian.
This is literally a potential traitor, but the United States choose to do nothing. I want to know who this person's family is. Who is this person? How the fuck did this person get here? This is a hazard in this country. This is a potential fucking hazard. Why are we even allowing this person to still talk? Why aren't we taking action and sending her ass back to where she belongs? It's foolishness. She's on a fucking podcast talking about this like it's casual. Nobody's even thinking about what the fuck is going on. This is why this country is lazy. They rather pick on parents trying to stop out groomers for coming in and teaching the children about the gay BCs and female penises. But they don't want to stop this. No. We don't want to know who this person's parents is. We don't care. Okay, because although this person might say they don't care anymore, I stopped. No. You care so much that you stabbed the person. You can't take those feelings out of it. Now let's not talk about that anymore. I understand. No. I don't trust you. And you shouldn't be around my fellow Americans. Period.
General or something.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. And so, was that actually the case? Were you in, like, you said you were manic?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that is the video. I'm not denying what I'm saying.
Right.
But
you said you were going through some mental health issues, so I'm just trying to
For sure. Yeah, so I was interviewed by multiple different doctors that my attorney recommended, as well as the state's doctors, forensic psychologists, a lot of different people and just experts that made the conclusion that basically what I was saying is gibberish, and it wasn't, honestly, he has a very negative perception of what I believe in, and I never supported him. I never want to support him, anything like that. But when you're in a manic state of point, and I describe that more in my book as well, you have a lot of like specific delusions and hallucinations that feel super real to you, and you're not able to comprehend what's real and what's not, which is why I really like these red and blue pills in the Matrix.
Nice.
Do you listen to Kanye?
Yeah, I listen to Kanye sometimes, but
this girl.
I'm not sure how that relates.
So you were
aware you were
No,
manic?
Yay is about like bipolar, being bipolar.
Yeah.
The album Yay.
I actually kind of really like that song.
Right?
You see how open they are to this crazy monster? You see how open they are just because it's just a woman? This is why it's a such thing called red pill rage. When you realize women are not as innocent as we make them out to be. They don't care about equality. They want the foot on your neck. Okay? They want you to bow down. They want you to give up. They don't want you to be a man. Okay? You not being a man puts them in power. That's all they want. They don't want it to be fair. Fuck equality. Because if they wanted equality, if it was a man sitting on that same stage, she wouldn't be talking about no fucking Kanye West. and how fucking cool the bipolar song is. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? But it matters to her because it matters to them because women, they value small talking and playing games when it comes to harming men. But if another woman got harmed, they see themselves in another woman. They can't see themselves. They can't see that man being their father, someone that they love, right? Their brother, their child, their son. It's just another man. He could have defended himself. He could have stopped it if he wanted to. He's strong enough. But then when he tried to stop it and he would have harmed her on the way of stopping it, well, hey, what are you doing? You did it too hard. Why'd you strangle the fuck out of her? To stop her from stabbing you in your goddamn neck. Absurd, and it's foolish. And I know that these will be the women that will scream and shout across the street trying to shame a man for even defending himself, or shame a man for accusations other than something that he actually did. And it's sad to me because everybody else could sit around this person. I wouldn't be able to even stand around this person. I'm totally different from you. I love my country, and to me you seem like a terrorist to me because there's plenty of people that's in my country that fought for this country that's still in prison or are still in shackles because they touched the Capitol during January 6th. But you have the right to talk about Kanye. All right, I'm done for the day with this kind of shit, man. I'm done for the day with this. If you're on the same page as me and you understand where I'm coming from during this video, man, please like, comment, subscribe. It only gets better from here. We got to learn how to be true Americans and love America. And if you don't love America, leave. We're not waiting for you. We don't want you, okay? We're trying to change this fuckery, all right? A lot of people are selling us out. A lot of people are getting away with things that they should not be getting away with because we wouldn't be able to get away with it in their country. Certain things that you know not to do. You got to be unapologetically American. I'm unapologetically American. I love my country. There's many people dying to get here. Those who hate this country are not dying to leave, and that should tell you that you're in the best country there is. And there's people complaining to make a bigger problem out of nothing because their life may suck and they want some attention, man. And you got to see it for what it is. South Central, we out.
We be really politicking while we whipping in the kitchen. God be my witness. At the age of 15, I was fighting my fitness.